Alright, so we're going back to proving triangles are congruent. And again, I'm not going to mark everything in these pictures for you. Okay, so sometimes you need to mark some things like vertical angles and reflexive, things like that. But again, I want you to tell me if these triangles are congruent. And if you know they're congruent, it's got to be one of these 5 reasons now. I'm bringing back in those 4 reasons from the last concept, but now I'm adding in HL because maybe HL will work for these. Okay, so hypotenuse leg, and remember, hypotenuse leg only works if they're right triangles. So if they're not right triangles, don't use HL. So any one of these 5 reasons can prove these triangles congruent. If they're not congruent, put none. And then if they are congruent, make sure you tell me which one it is, but then also complete the triangle congruent statement below. So go ahead, pause your video now, try these 6 problems out, prove these triangles congruent. Okay, so if we look at this first one, I do have right triangles, even though I only put the perpendicular symbol right here. You also know it has to be perpendicular on the other side. These are a linear pair, so they have to add to 180. So if one side is 90, the only way to get 180 is the other side being 90. So we do know that. We also have reflexive here. So if I mark that, I know these 2 triangles are right triangles. So maybe HL will work. Let's check and see if we have the hypotenuse and leg. Well, there's the side that is opposite my right angle. That side is opposite my right angle, so your hypotenuse is congruent. That's a leg, so this is definitely HL. Okay? So triangle ABD has to be congruent to triangle CBD because of HL. So if you look at this guy right here, okay, well, are these right triangles? No. Even though this looks perpendicular, because I did not give you the symbol for it, you don't know that, so don't mark it. But we do have reflexive right here. So if we look at what we got going on, we know these aren't right triangles, so HL is out. So the only question is this side, 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 angle, side, angle, angle, side, angle, side, angle? Well, I only have one angle, so that leaves it down to side, angle, side. Is that angle between my 2 sides? Absolutely. So yes, these triangles are congruent, side, angle, side. So triangle ABD congruent to triangle CBD. Okay, so looking at this guy, all right, so again, do I know that these are right triangles? No, because I don't know this is perpendicular. It looks perpendicular, but I haven't given you enough information for that. Okay, so we can't mark perpendicular here, but we do have reflexive, so we don't have right triangles, so we can't use HL, even though I do give you a leg and a hypotenuse congruent if it was a right triangle, if it was, but we don't know that. So HL is out. I only have 2 sides, no angles. Can I get the 3rd side congruent for side, side, side? No. So this is a none because I don't have enough information. If they were right triangles, then yes, we would say they were HL, but they're not. Okay. Looking at this guy, do I have right triangles this time? Absolutely. I do have reflexive right here, but do I have any other piece of information? No. And so I only have one side congruent, which is a leg. So again, this one's a none because we can't mark anything else. We don't know if any other side is congruent. We don't know if any other angle is congruent. So this is a none. Okay. Down here, if we look at this guy, well, we definitely have right triangles. I agree there. Is this hypotenuse leg? Well, let's take a look. These 2 sides that are congruent, they form my right angle. So I know that these sides have to be legs. Well, one thing you do know that if you have a right angle, you know that it's congruent because of the right angle congruence theorem. So HL doesn't work on this because I don't have a hypotenuse leg, but side angle side works on this guy. So we do have triangles congruent because of side angle side. That angle is included between my 2 sides. So triangle ABC must be congruent to triangle DEF. And then if we look at this last guy, there's nothing that we can mark, but we do have enough information. We know that these are right triangles because of the perpendicular. If we look here, we've got our side that is congruent across from the right angle. That has to be the hypotenuse. I've got a leg right here congruent. This is definitely HL. I've got right triangles. I got the hypotenuse. I got a leg. HL all the way. So triangle ABC congruent to triangle EDC.